you get it? Is it on?
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Taking Over the World with Ed and Aaron. What's up, buddy? We just got baptized by fire, ready to say...
I just don't know. I just don't know about today. I'm not... Listen.
You got your party pants on.
I put on the party pants because
Yes.
I wanted to jumpstart the week.
Right.
I get excited about being at work. I got some anxiety building. Just over stuff that, like... Nothing. That's how my anxiety works. Like, it's really about nothing. But you know how I build things up in my head? Like, I take the littlest thing and be like, whoa, this is, like, super crazy. And I just start to overthink. And I start to think about what other people are thinking and this or that. And I'm like having full-blown conversations with, like, 8 people. But yet it's just me. So, I threw on the maroon pants. I threw on the party pants. And you noticed right away.
I noticed as soon as I saw you in the parking lot. I'm like, he's got party pants on.
I was throwing the juju on today and I was ready to go. I'm using it to catapult this into this week with some fire.
Nice. So we went to a... Let's just get right into it.
Is this where I have to put my phone like in a secret box? Because it's going to now, I'm going to have ads and things popping up all over. Because I'm a little concerned because you told me, your quote was, you might want to leave your phone outside because I'm going to talk about something today that if Big Brother hears it on your phone, I'm going to start getting this stuff. But then you said, it should be fine though. And then I hear a comment from this direction that says, it's not going to be fine. So is this where I put my phone outside the room where it can't hear anything?
If you don't want to start seeing a bunch of funny things on your phone. Now, it's child safe.
Okay.
I'm not,
always good.
I'm not going to give you something that's going to be like, if your kids see it, it's going to be shocking.
Okay.
But we were at Marie's son's birthday, Groot.
Okay.
Groot. Call him Groot. We were at his birthday party, and there was probably 10, 12-year-olds, 11, 12-year-olds. And they were screaming at the YouTube TV that was on. At the YouTube TV that was on.
Okay.
Because we were watching Skibidi Toilets, I believe it's called.
Skibidi Toilets.
Is that what it is? Skibidi Toilets? Yeah, there we go. Skibidi Toilets.
Okay.
So basically, it's a head coming out of a toilet, getting attacked by cameras.
Like, is this like a toy or is this like a video?
It's a video.
And somebody's head is coming up out of a toilet.
Not somebody. Everybody in there is a toilet body with a head sticking out. And then they're cheering when the cameras decide to attack the toilets. So, it's called Skibidi Toilet.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do with this information.
I wonder if your kids watch these videos on YouTube and you just don't know. Listen, you should ask them. Do you watch Skibidi Toilets?
I will find out.
Because I'm just curious if they watch Skibidi Toilets.
I have yet to see Skibidi Toilets come across our YouTube. Our youngest typically will watch the YouTube on our TV. And so I can pretty much see everything he's watching. Most of it is baseball highlights, crazy things that give him ideas, and some families. I have yet to see Skibidi Doodah Toilets.
It's not Skibidi Doodah. It's Skibidi Toilets.
Skibidi Toilets. I have yet to see Skibidi Toilets. I'm kind of thankful, I guess.
No, you are thankful. Be thankful.
See, but this goes into one of those things. Skibidi Doodah Toilets. Okay, some jabronis, right, are filming Skibidi Doodah Toilets, and heads are popping out of toilets with bodies and stuff. And somebody's probably got like 85 million views on this thing.
At least a billion views, I'm sure, combined. More than a billion views.
I just don't get it. I hear what you're saying.
You know how you kill the toilets?
I don't even understand how they're alive, let alone kill them.
So the body is the body is the toilet itself. Their head is sticking out of the toilet. So just imagine.
Is it like a filter that's on me?
No, it's cartoon. It's like a drawing. It's a video.
So these are not real people. This is a cartoon with toilet bodies and heads that come out of the toilet.
Yes.
Are we talking like a tank behind their head and everything?
Some of them are camouflaged. Some of them got guns sticking out.
Of toilets.
Of the toilets. On the toilet seat. They got guns.
I mean, I have shot at a toilet before and gone pew 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 at it. I mean, if that's what we're talking about, I have pew 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 at toilets many a times.
Yeah, I know that, but that's when you're drunk. We're not talking about that. We're talking about on a toilet, the head comes out, there's guns, they're getting attacked by cameras, then there's these big monsters that come out.
I feel like this is part of what's wrong with society. I feel like this is like, I don't know why I'm having bad dreams. Because you're watching Skibidi Toilets where there's guns and shooting and, I mean, there is Skibidi Toilets.
There it is.
I mean, what is happening?
So just so everybody that's watching, I may never sit
on a toilet again.
Amanda and Gabby. So Gabby does our video and Amanda's learning how to do it. And Amanda just showed him a video of Skibidi Toilets.
And people just watch this and this is funny.
For hours. And then I asked so we went to Spy Ninja headquarters.
Oh, Spy Ninja headquarters.
Yeah, okay. Pretty cool place. Is
this like where you were learning moves to like take out the Skibidi toilets, like so you can ninja fight them?
Yes, it has a training center above ground.
Okay.
Which is where you go on a what is it called?
A Skibidi No, it's not what it's called.
No. On a zip line. You go on a zip line, and then you start a whole training thing and stuff. And I think that's to battle the Skibidi toilets. But whatever. You're on the zip line, which Mercy would not let me do because we're going on vacation, and she told me I was not allowed to get hurt prior to vacation.
Just one question as a follow-up. This is my last question.
Yes.
What kind of drugs were the people on when they created Skibidi Toilets?
I have no idea who even created it. But
I mean, could you imagine sitting there and we're like, hey, man, we should film some content. And you guys are like, yeah, it's a good idea. And you're like, oh, like, let's make it valuable. Let's make it knowledgeable. Like, let's help people out. You're like, no, that's not it. That's not it. You're like, got it. Let's do this thing where toilets are bodies and heads are coming out. And like, oh, I love it. It's great. What should we call it? Toilet people. No. Skibidi Doodah. Love it. Like, somebody signed off on this and was like, this is going to be great. And listen, obviously, I am not the guy because they got 80 billion views or whatever. So, I mean, to each their own.
But just so you know, because you didn't ask me how they killed everybody. The way you get killed if you're in the toilet body is they flush the toilet and you die. You go right through the toilet.
How do they die?
Into the toilet.
So this
and
is
they even have the plungers, and it's hilarious. They even use plungers on the toilet to get you back out.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. So, anyways, so you train there to be able to kill them. But I asked the hostess of the party, right? Because they were in a party room, and I said, "Do you get asked this often?" She says, "No, this is the first time I've, well, she's new to the parties anyways over there. But my 16-year-old brother watches this all the time." So I know for at least from 12 to 16 is the range of people that currently watch this.
I'm officially concerned about the future of our world.
Not if we got Skibidi Toilet Boy.
So we've gone after like bunkers and zombie apocalypse things. The new thing is, I mean, forget aliens, forget extra, like Skibidi Toilets is the thing that's going to end the civilization.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sounds like you had a very exciting weekend.
Yes, I was a little depressed, though, because I couldn't do the zip line. I'll be honest. Would you zip line?
Yeah, I would zip line for sure.
And then you do the adventure, like going through the whole thing?
I'm down to zip line, for sure.
But the adventure, because, one of them had like the log, the spinning log, and you got to go across that.
Like you have to run across it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm down for that kind of stuff.
When you're above ground, like they don't let you take phones and stuff on there because the people that are working behind the counter is like, no, people drop their phones all the time.
Yeah, no,
and it's almost like rapid fire. Shit's falling and they got to be moving out of the way.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good for all that.
Okay.
I'm good for all that.
So maybe we need to go one day and film from there.
Okay.
And see us both doing it.
I'm down to take on a good old log rolling competition.
There's log rolling. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on up there.
No, I'm down for that. Zip line, log rolling, I'm good.
Okay.
Blue Angel flying, bungee jumping, no, I'm out.
But why? That's training for that.
I don't want to train for that.
So
no dice.
So then today,
yes.
I'm wearing some comfortable shoes that I'm going to try.
Okay.
My new Nikes, right?
Yes.
And I'm walking through the hall, and then somebody, Mr. Keith Jones, pops his head out of his office and says, "Hey, your shoelaces are untied." And me, being who I am, I stop and look down, only to realize I don't even have shoelaces because these are slides. So, slide-on shoes. So, yeah, I kind of messed that up.
Bazinga, he got you.
Bazinga, he got me good.
So, and I said, remind me about that because I had something for you. So,
yes.
Long baseball Saturday, softball Saturday. It was Summerlin South Championship Day. I got there like 7:45, didn't leave till like 6 o'clock.
Did you win the championship?
Listen, bro.
I guess not.
All right. On to
when
the actual.
When you start with, listen, bro, like I know you did.
Conditions were not ideal. However, I was talking to one of our buddies. We were talking about things, and he had on very similar shoes. And me and my buddy were like, dude, those are nice shoes and stuff. He goes, yeah. He goes, man, you're not even going Velcro. You just went like, they're straight no shoelaces. And he's like, yeah. He goes, I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I just don't want to deal with shoelaces. And I was like, brilliant. He's like, it's either that or I've also gotten to the point where I don't, packing a little gut and I just can't bend down to tie my shoelaces. He's like, it's kind of like two birds, one stone. And I was like, it's actually brilliant. I'm a huge fan of no shoelaces. And then it got me singing. So then we started asking, I was like, as we get older, like there's other things that I'm just like, I don't need this in my life. And we got to one, and I want you to think about it because I need you to tell me that something as you've gotten to this, like that you do on a regular basis that you're just like, I just don't need this in my life. And the thing that I came up with to me, listen, I don't know how it is on your household and how your shower setup is, but in our shower, we got the full glass doors, the whole kit and caboodle. I do not want to squeegee shower doors anymore. After you're done, either the water spots are going to be there, we're done with it, or I've contemplated like coming home from a baseball night. I'm like, man, I smell. I'm sticky. But I don't want to take a shower because I don't want to have to squeegee the doors. And I've either jumped in the pool or gone upstairs. I'm like, I don't want to deal with it. And it got a thing. And we were just like laughing at things like at this age, like you start to realize you're like, no, there's no place for that in my life anymore. And squeegeeing doors is on my hit list. It's number one on my list of things that I just don't like to do.
So you squeegee your showers after you shower every time?
Every shower.
Do you really?
Yes. And I've decided that.
So why didn't you get a job as a window washer?
Because I just told you I hate this job.
But you do it every day.
Yes.
So you're probably pretty good at it.
Which, fine. I'm contemplating just getting a hose and using the hose in the backyard from now on. Because it made me realize this weekend too that I'm not alone in this. I'm not alone in this.
So what is something that I do either every day or in my regular life
that you would like to just be done with?
That I would like to.
I mean, like if I could go take a shower, be done, and then have like the squeegee people come in and like clean it up, great. I mean, I know you want a personal driver, but we're talking like day-to-day stuff.
Like day-to-day stuff.
What would it be nice to have somebody be able to do for you or not have to do? See, my buddy brought up another one. He's like shaving. I'm just over it.
Oh, that's one. That's one. If I didn't have to shave ever again.
Right?
Yeah. Or if I could go back to the times where you had like a personal barber.
See, that would be solid.
Those days where you have like back in the day with the mafia, where they would start their day off in a barber shop, get shaved every day, and start your day.
Mobs, barbershops, all I'm thinking about is like, dude, you lay down as soon as you close your eyes. See ya.
Yeah, but I'd be the godfather. He wouldn't do that to me.
Really?
Because they would understand the wrath that would come.
But they wouldn't have to understand. You'd be...
Yeah, but I have my sons.
But you're already...
They wouldn't do that, though. Have you seen anybody like off
the boss?
The Godfather? It doesn't happen. Everybody's afraid of the consequences. Because if you off me, then somebody in my organization is going to off your entire generation.
Oh.
You will have nobody left. And since we're part Sicilian, people I think would be afraid.
Okay, that seems fair.
So, yeah, I'd be, I'd love that. I'd love to walk up, get ready to go to the office, and just be able to walk into a barber chair, get shaved every morning.
See?
And then start my day.
That would be amazing.
That would be the greatest thing in the world.
That really would.
Nice hot towel.
Dude, I'm down with it.
See?
See, that's a good one.
So maybe we should rent an extra office here, have a barber chair, and just have somebody come in at 9 o'clock in the morning just ready to shave.
Dude, one of our best friends, McAfee, did that when he first started. And he probably still does it. He used to have the barber come in like to their studio, like once every couple of weeks. Everybody got haircuts. Everybody got cleaned up.
Yeah, but once every couple of weeks wouldn't help with the shaving. We need that like on a daily or every other day.
Dude, bro, I don't even. I shave today. I'll be good till Thursday.
No, I shaved this morning, and I'm already starting to get stubble.
And see, well, now my shaving routine's going to change because I don't shave on game days.
You don't?
No.
Is that's a new...
It's just superstition. Otherwise, I just don't like to shave. Don't want to change it up.
So what happens if you shave on game day?
The outcome is typically not good.
Not good?
Yeah. I let it flow.
Do you win?
Most of the time. Maybe I better rethink that.
It depends on the game. You have to play by ear. You're watching. I saw you were watching F1 this weekend.
Dude, always F1's back on. Max, Team Red Bull.
Is that who your favorite racer is?
So listen, here's the anatomy of how I.
Great. Now you have a whole explanation on this.
I do
because you can't give a simple answer.
No, because I don't want my fanship called into. Listen, I'm a big fan of pulling fan cards. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm a Patriots fan. Why? Oh, because like Tom Brady. Like, I mean, I don't like bandwagon fans. I think you got to go through the trials and tribulations, to get up there. You got to ride the storm.
Okay.
But when I first started watching the Netflix documentary, I didn't really have a team. I didn't even know.
I
didn't know anything about F1, to be honest with you, right? It was way above my head. But I was like, all right, let's. I was like, put it on, playing on my phone. I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. Got into it. And what I decided is that I didn't like Lewis Hamilton.
Why?
I just felt like he was kind of whiny and arrogant. And it was like, if things didn't win, like, I don't know, he just seemed whiny to me.
Is there any F1 racer that is not arrogant?
Well, maybe it's the arrogant.
Let's start with that.
Fair.
Is there any?
Fair. They need to be arrogant, but it was like a whiny arrogance. Like when things didn't go right, he was blaming other people or whining that somebody did this to him. Like, man, just drive your car. Just be better. Just drive your car. And he's probably, he's going to go down as one of the greatest F1 drivers of all time, right? You can't argue that. Facts are facts. So when I started watching it, I started realizing like the up and coming Max was like, this was before Max became a world champion, but he was the guy pushing and challenging Lewis. And I mean, I guess contradictory to what I just said, Max's arrogance was just like, well, you don't like it, move out the way. I'm coming.
Right.
Right? But it wasn't like from a whiny perspective. I don't know. I feel like Hamilton's was from a whiny perspective. And so then I started like, okay, I kind of like this Max guy. At first, I didn't like him either because of his little arrogance. But I was like, okay, he's going to take out Hamilton. This is going to be good. And then, Checo. I mean, when you got the only Mexican on the team in F1, they put a little bit more skin in the game. So I became Team Red Bull.
Okay.
But Checo would be my driver.
Checo's your driver.
Checo's my Checo and actual Daniel Ricciardo. Ricciardo's hilarious. I think he's the guy. If you could pick a guy like, hey, I'm going to go have a beer with one of these guys, I think you go with Daniel Ricciardo. I think that's when you wake up the next morning, you're like, dude, did we really do that last night? I think Daniel Ricciardo should guide that. That's what you say in the morning.
So I didn't like F1. I didn't know anything about F1.
Maybe F1 didn't like you.
Right. I didn't know anything. Maybe it didn't, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. But I didn't know much until F1 came here to Vegas. So I decided to watch the race. And we saw Max. And at first, Max was that arrogant, hey, this is a place to come party, and there's so much stuff going on, and this isn't really about the race, it's about the entertainment, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, you know what? F you, this is our city, this is the way it is, you don't like it, don't race here. But then he did something to win us over. He got penalized while he was racing here in Vegas, and they gave him, I think it was a 5 or 10 second delay because he ran somebody off the road or whatever. And his response to the penalty was, send him my regards. We were like, I like that guy. He's got a little moxie to him. Yeah. He's pretty good. My son's favorite is Lando.
Lando's solid.
He likes Lando. So I haven't picked I guess Max would have to be right now, but I haven't watched enough to pick a favorite.
Sure, that's fair. And Lando and Max had a great race this weekend. Max has been beating people by double-digit seconds.
It's not even time.
I think he's starting to get penalties on purpose just to make the race more competitive. Like, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start at 10th just so I can pass you guys.
I've seen a couple of those where he's not starting on pole, he's starting behind, and I'm like, he's doing this on purpose.
I think
he's just doing this to say, how far back can I go and still win the race?
It's either that or he's continually trying to catch the number 20 car. Like he's trying to get all the way back to lap the cars. Because I mean, other than that, at some point it's got to get some boring. But man, those cars are humming around the track though.
Now, question: so you don't want to do Blue Angels because you're afraid of the sky and the speed.
Yes.
And all
Would
that
I
stuff.
do F1?
Yes.
All day. I'm in the car.
Would you?
I'm in the car.
You would ride in the car.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you? Really?
I don't think I should drive it, but
you would be definitely if it was a two-seater.
I could not handle that steering wheel that they got. I mean, that thing is like a NASA style. I mean, dude, the electronics on those things are insane.
But you can sit in that.
I would sit in that because here again, I understand gravity. Okay, so when things are up, they come down. When things are down, typically they stay down. Now there has been some horrific crashes, things like that. I'm not naive to that, but I do feel like even though I'm humming in that car with them, I can see him. He hasn't jumped out and bailed out of the cockpit, like right, like he hasn't left a plane to fly into a mountainside because he's like, we lost the engines, I'm out, bro. Like you guys are on your own, right? like straight up, dealer change, I'm out, right? So I got an idea. I can see what's going on. I can see the car, and I'm on the ground for the most part. I mean, still think I might poop myself a little bit in that car, but.
So how long have you been watching F1?
Probably about 3 or 4 seasons now.
3 or 4 seasons. Has there ever been a fist fight between drivers?
Ooh. I mean, I'm sure there has. I don't think I've seen one. I've seen some anger issues. I've seen a couple people kind of like walk towards their camps and stuff like that. But I don't think I've yet to see an actual fist fight. No,
because there's a fist fight in NASCAR this weekend.
Dude, NASCAR, those guys will throw some punches.
Like there was a literal fist fight. Like, they threw a punch. Kyle Busch got punched in the jaw. Oof. Yeah,
Vegas guy.
I forgot how
the Busch boys.
I forgot who punched him, but yeah, they got into it, and the whole team started running out. And it was going to be like a melee, everybody fighting each other.
We don't need that.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
It's kind of exciting.
That's kind of like the benches clearing brawl in baseball. Every once in a while, you need a good old.
I saw a video, dude. Speaking of baseball, I saw a video of when baseball, and the title of the video was "When Baseball Used to Be Fun." And it steroids, fist punches. That's when it was fun, dude. No, when it showed like players joking around with each other.
Oh yeah.
Where they don't do that anymore, I guess.
There's still some, but yeah, I mean everybody's so serious.
Like when Pudge would run around and Machado and all these people would just start messing with each other.
Adrian Beltre is the best.
Where people would like
messing with people.
Where people would stop, like running to second would stop and then tag in, yeah. Just do and then he'd like tap him do the cup check.
Oh, cup checks are solid.
Like at first base.
And
they would do it to each other, and it was just baseball looked like it was fun. Like the guys were having fun. Now there's so much money involved. I think that everybody's so serious about it that it's not fun anymore.
Listen. I think you're right. I'll tell you what was fun. Listening to the story of Paul Skeens getting pulled up to the Pirates. Him and Livy Dunn were actually taking a nap. We talked about this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And so I was watching more of the article on it and stuff, and they were hilarious. And, well, I mean, he has not disappointed. He pitched like Friday or Saturday? Dude, 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, 0 hits against the Cubs.
I think he's going to stay there for a little while.
Just gas, bro. And, I mean, he seems like he's having fun. He's, like, inventing pitches. I think he has, like, the split-sinker now. Or something like he's in, like, some pitches. These guys are nuts, dude.
You know what I heard? Now that we're on this baseball kick grind. Remember the movie with Charlie Sheen, Major League?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was, like, asking, like, do you remember when you woke up this morning? Yes.
Okay. So he actually took performance-enhancing drugs to get ready for the movie.
What?
Yes. And he was throwing 85-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Okay.
Back when the movie was made, what do you think the average fastball was in major leagues?
92.
87. So he was almost at major league gas for this movie. And then I heard another thing when I'm watching this whole little short on this on the movie. There was a lot of actors that couldn't play baseball.
Sure.
So that they had to find ways to hide their inadequacies in baseball So if you notice throughout the movie, Wesley Snipes never throws a ball because he couldn't.
That's pretty funny. I did not know that. That's pretty good.
So there's a lot of things that were going on there.
That's pretty funny. I did not know that.
Yeah. So that brings in
Okay.
That brings in the question of why do you have a team?
Okay.
To cover your inadequacies.
Sure.
Right? Because we all can't be good at everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right?
Right.
We're all not good at everything.
Well, and to your point, is like if we all tried to be good at everything, we'd probably be good at nothing.
Correct.
Right? Like we all need to pick a lane. We talk about it all the time. Pick a lane, stay in your lane, like do your thing. We talk about it on our team. Like you said, like agents versus admin versus marketing versus this, that. Like, dude, stay in your lane.
But that's where I'm going, right? So, people say, oh, well, you join a team. Why do you join a team? And why do you do these things on a team in real estate? Well, because you can't be good at everything.
Right.
So how do you avoid that? You pair yourself up so that everybody has their lanes and everybody can be good at what they do versus trying to be good at everything.
Well, and I think it goes down that saying collaboration over competition, right? We look at so many people as, I got to be better than that person. I got to be better than that person. We try so hard to get out of our lane to be better than that person. We lose track of what got us to the position we were in. And then we realize like, hey, wait a minute. If we work together on this, we could be twice as good. And that's how we, years ago when we started talking is like, and not that I was like a direct competition of yours, but it's like, hey, we're both doing good things. You're obviously been in the industry longer than I have.
Stop calling me old.
And I was like, listen, old ass, here's the deal, right? It's like, but we saw,
hey, Mr. Ancient,
like obviously you had old school, traditional, old fart ways of doing things, but they were effective, right? They got you, and you had an amazing career doing it, and will continue. But then, like, I had some other ideas that were a little bit more new, and some of them I couldn't be applied. Like, no, that doesn't work. Like, you just haven't been in the industry long enough to realize
that's not gonna work.
Like, you're an idiot. Like legally, you cannot do that, or like physically, you cannot do that. Whatever. But instead of keeping our ideas to ourselves and be like, well, I'm gonna just keep this, and Ed'll never know about video content. It's like, okay, well, first of all, yes, he will. Like, it's not like it's under a rock.
Right.
But, it's like, we didn't like, let's combine our superpowers. And, it's like now, to your point, now we're able to collaborate, mix in that traditional marketing, that new age marketing from, the calls to postcards to all that stuff going out.
Video content.
Then you put in the YouTube channel, the Facebook, the education videos, the buyer-seller academies, the neighborhood, things that we're doing. And now you're just like, oh, crap. Now we got this huge foundation built that maybe we couldn't have built individually. But now together, like, we get jacked up about it.
Right.
And on top of that, we're drawing attention not only from the other people in brokerages and offices outside of the brokerage. When we put on a training, it's like, I've seen I came because I've seen your stuff popping up. The boys were watching YouTube yesterday, and one of our podcasts popped up on the TV. And, like, it was a short. And so, like, by the time I turned around and got my phone, I was like, I'm going to take a picture of, like, them while, like, it was already on, right? But nonetheless, now we've been able to add, 4 new team members in the last couple of weeks. And, we spent the other day getting jacked up just moving the office around to reorganize to, fit everybody. And she was like, oh, are you guys leaving? Like, no. Leaving? No. Expanding? Yes. You betcha. I'm not the crazy idea guy, but I'm like, hey, man, what if we got this office too and just cut the wall down, right? Like, but I think that's what makes I think us so unique. And it's because we're not trying to be anybody we're not. We know what we like to do. We know what we have fun doing. And we know what's working. And when it's not working, we realize, okay, let's pivot on something and continue to adapt and grow with, keeping the traditional, adding the new stuff. And, the team is growing and exciting times coming.
Yes, exciting times. We're not just, the greatest thing is we're not just adding bodies, right? Because some people just add bodies to add bodies.
Right.
We're not. We're actually adding people who are being productive and are getting stuff done. And we're servicing clients at a higher level. And we're actually looking at doing some exciting stuff coming in the near future.
Well, yeah, and I think it always goes back to the big thing that we pride ourselves on is the culture. Hiring people that fit our culture. Like you said, there may be great agents out there that are like, that just don't fit our culture. And it's like, I'm just not sure this is a good fit. Not saying you're a bad agent, but I'm just not sure our visions are aligned or our culture is going to match. Versus, like one of our guys he hasn't even gotten his license yet. He's
Right.
passed the test and stuff, waiting for it to come in, but the culture is lined up. We know he's going to be good. The way that he's already attacking the training and stuff that we have set up, it's like, hey, I'm willing to take a chance on this kid because the vision's aligned, the culture is aligned, and we want to surround ourselves by people that have like culture. We're not always going to think the same, but our morals, our standards, all that is in line to where the team's looking solid, man.
I think we're doing a lot of good things. Next week's going to be a surprise podcast.
Really?
Yes. One of us is going to be on location somewhere else. We're not going to say where.
Or not.
They're going to have to tune in and figure out where we're at.
Are we going to tell them which one?
No.
Look at us. We're getting tricky Ricky up in here.
Well, there's a couple things going to happen in the next couple weeks. So I'm excited to see how things go. I'm excited to see where we're going.
Let's do this.
Go.
I got it. Next week,
okay.
One of us is not in studio.
Correct.
Why don't we can we do like a giveaway or a shout out or anything? If you can guess who's out and where they're going?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
We do a Starbucks gift card. We can do an Amazon gift card.
Shout out to somebody. Yeah, let's do something.
All right.
Let's do something.
So comment on any one of the platforms.
Yep.
And before next Monday, when we actually record, we will do a giveaway.
Yeah, we'll throw them like a swag box. We got tons of our swag in the office.
There we go.
We'll throw them out a swag box with the water jugs, throw some of that shirts in there.
The shirts.
Shirts.
We'll throw
Let's do that. Let's throw out a swag bag for whoever can figure out who's not going to be here and where they're going to be.
Yeah, we'll do that. And what if nobody guesses it?
Well, then you know what? They're not paying attention. Maybe what we'll allow them to do, if they comment on a short during the week, we'll give them some clues.
There you go.
We'll pass out some clues during the week, or if you comment on one of the shorts, we'll get some clues. And, we'll see who nails it.
There we go. We'll do that.
I like it.
All right, buddy. Have a good week.
See ya.